Hello, my name is Ann Lawless and I'm chair of the Wheelock Select Board. Right now I'm speaking on behalf of the Wheelock Town Hall Accessibility Project Committee. Our committee was appointed by the Select Board in January 2021, and our charge is to come up with options to make our municipal services fully accessible to everyone. And our work follows on the efforts of the Wheelock Facilities Task Force that they started up in January 2020. In July 2019, representatives from the United States Department of Justice Burlington office, the DOJ, met with the Select Board because the building is out of compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. Together, they walked the board through the list of deficiencies, and the board fixed the easy things by April 2020. For the hard fixes, the board worked with the town's attorney to negotiate the most favorable timeline possible. That's spelled out in the settlement agreement the Select Board members signed in May 2020. The town hall was built in 1871, making it 150 years old this year. It's always been the center for town government and community life. In 1961, the Baptist church, the Meeting House, was demolished because the congregation had dwindled and was not able to repair it. In 1969, the school, which was just above the town hall and the church, burned. In 1972, the town clerk's office was still in the clerk's home, and there was concern for the preservation of the records. So the town hall was moved off its foundation and put on a new high concrete foundation on top of the old church foundation, with a full basement for the town clerk's office, the vault, a kitchen, bathrooms, and a small meeting space. In 2007, the building was listed on the National Register of Historic Places as the centerpiece of the Wheelock Common Historic District, along with the common or park in front with its Civil War monument and the cemetery across Route 122. The designation states that the district is associated with events that have made a significant contribution to broad patterns of U.S. history in architecture, government, and the social and cultural life of the community. This designation does not require the town to make or prevent the town from making any changes to the town hall. There are significant grant funds available if our work respects its character and brings its functionality up to today's needs. The town hall is in sound condition now, but it sorely needs maintenance and upgrades. In 2016, a big problem was discovered. At some point, a long time ago, no one knows when, someone cut through the timber framing in the attic. This alteration undermined the roof structure and the cupola. The town got some grants and repairs were completed in 2017. These front steps are obviously not an accessible entrance. They're a problem for public safety and a risk repeatedly flagged by our insurance company that affects the cost of our insurance. The steps are flaking away, making it easy to trip, and the railing is dangerous because of its height and the size of the spaces between the posts. This summer, the Select Board advertised a bid request for repairing the steps and the railings, but no bids came in. The ramp was a good faith effort some decades ago. The slope is too steep, the railings are now at the correct height and extend to meet a post or a wall, so someone coming out of a car or exiting a doorway can gain a hold. The gripping surfaces along the handrails were also addressed, but we still need to provide a firm, stable, slip-resistant surface for the parking space and to get to the ramp. The problem with the west entrance is that people who have trouble walking or use a wheelchair can't get into the building from this door to go up to the meeting hall or downstairs to the town clerk's office to get a dog license or pay their taxes. Small fixes here are the stair railings on both sides, making them return to the wall and with the proper handrail grip surfaces. Extended stair treads that stuck out too far beyond the risers, another trip hazard, those were also fixed. There's no elevator or lift, so the only way to get between the main hall on the upper floor and the downstairs office and the restrooms is to use the stairs. So the restrooms are the other big unsolved problem. The DOJ says non-compliant in almost every regard. There's a step up, hallways are too narrow, washrooms are too small, impossible for a wheelchair, even if a person using a wheelchair could get into this basement. There used to be a stove here that the old Wheelock Community Club used for putting on dinners and events. And they also raised money to get all these dishes. Residents today really miss these community events. Public safety officials required that the town remove the stove because it did not meet code for a public building. In 2017, the main hall ceiling was raised back up to its original position when the roof trusses were fixed and the old chandelier lights were put back. This is where town meeting takes place and local, state, and national elections. A town must have a fully accessible voting place within its boundaries. This is Wheelock's only public building other than the town garage and the fire station. About the property on Route 122. In 2019, the Select Board received a valid petition for a bond vote to purchase a specific property for an amount not to exceed $280,000. This was the first time the proposal had been brought to the Select Board, and there was no time for discussion. The board, according to statute, warned a public information meeting. No one with any more information came to the meeting. Nonetheless, the bond vote passed 86 to 77. The Select Board, doing its due diligence, explored whether the purchase was a good idea. It met with state and federal officials at a warned meeting. The property is in the 100-year special flood hazard area. Other concerns explored were financing and the cost of insuring a municipal building in a flood zone. The amount voted would not be enough to cover financing costs estimated for a purchase price of $250,000 at around $300,000. And subsequently, the owners of the property were not willing to meet with the Select Board about a purchase. The board decided it would not be a good idea to use public funds to purchase it. This committee was appointed by the Select Board in January 2021, and we've been working with an architect and an outreach team thanks to some grants. And part of our project has been to set up a project website and do a survey. Residents received detailed information about the meeting on September 27th, 6 p.m. at Town Hall outside in a tent for COVID precautions. And we hope as many people as possible will come to hear what the architect team has come up with. Everybody received an invitation in the mail. We're going to have a facilitator on hand to make sure that every voice is heard. And even after the meeting, there are going to be multiple opportunities for people to provide their comments and their ideas up until October 17th.